Hello, I'm Liam.Garden, and it's the 12th of March. This video shows how well the seeds have germinated that I sowed on the 1st of March, 12 days ago now. It's quite dark and cold in the shed. I'm germinating the seeds using grow lights that are on 12 hours a day, and also using a soil thermometer and heat mats that provide a consistent 17 degrees C temperature. I found this setup makes a big difference for germination. I sowed some easy to germinate seeds like tomatoes and sweet peas, and some more tricky seeds like Helenium, which are really tiny seeds, Echinacea and Eryngium or sea holly. By tiny seeds, here is an example of Helenium seeds. They are small and hard to handle. All I could do was scatter them on top of the soil surface, rather than plant individually. So let's take a look. This is how the germination setup looks. I'm using grow houses with plastic lids, which helps keep the temperature more consistent and the moisture, which is just as important around the seeds. And for the larger seeds, I've got sweet peas over there. I've just put plastic covers on top to make the best I could, because the covers would not cover the pots properly. And the tomato seeds are underneath that cover just there. And this is how the seeds are looking. These are lupins. They're looking very healthy. I have Eryngium planum or sea holly here, which are quite tricky to germinate seeds. Next to these, I've got Echinops. I'm really pleased with how they're looking. In the corner over there, I'll just zoom out a little bit. They are sweet peas. They're looking really good, and it's not going to be long before I need to pot them on. The tomato seeds, they have germinated really well. I'm very pleased with those. They have not got their true leaves yet, so I'll need to wait a little while before I pot these on. And then down at the front here, I've got two types of Echinacea, a purple and the white variety. You may have noticed that I'm using vermiculite to cover the soil surface, rather than soil. I find that when I sow the seed, covering with vermiculite rather than soil can help with germination. If I have some really fine seed compost available, this is a good alternative. Or even sieved multi-purpose compost. And then perhaps the trickiest seed of all to germinate are these Helenium. Now these are very tiny, so I'm not sure if that's going to come out really well on the camera, but there are little seedlings just there. They have started to germinate. Here is an example on the lupins where things haven't gone quite right. The white stem there is actually part of the root, the radicle, and that should be below the soil surface, and the stem is just below the leaves there. That's probably an example where the seed wasn't buried sufficiently deeply and the roots grew out of the soil rather than burying itself deeper into it. And for the lupins, unfortunately that's happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 times, but there are plenty of other seedlings that don't have that problem, so I may be able to fix it when I come to repot the plants. But overall, I think I'm going to have plenty to grow on. I'm really happy with how the plants are looking. For me, what I'm looking for is good colour on the leaves of the seedlings and the absence of elongated growth, both of which are signs that the plants do not have sufficient light. And I can see neither of these problems. But perhaps the best sign of success is the speed of germination. Eryngium planum and Helenium can take between 14 and 21 days to germinate, and sometimes longer than that. My seedlings started to appear in half the time. Similarly, even for easy to germinate seeds like tomatoes, these took 4 days rather than 7 to 14 days. The only thing I could wish to be different is space. Ideally, I would have room for even more grow lights and heat mats. When the seedlings are large enough to put on, I hope the weather will be warm enough to move the plants to my polytunnel. If the weather looks a little cold, I can use a fleece blanket to cover the plants inside the polytunnel for extra warmth. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe in the normal way. This really helps the channel and motivates me to continue making more videos like this one. Also, please let me know any comments. It would be great to hear from you and what you do to improve germination success.